what? Oh, this is the beginning of our road trip. Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. It is Monday afternoon, 3 o'clock, and we just pulled off somewhere in the Sunshine Coast. I'm not actually sure where we are, but we've been driving for about an hour and a half. We have a long way still to go, so we are going up to Gladstone, which is a 6.5 hour drive from where we live, and of course we have our little babies with us. So these guys are awake now. Little Alethea had a nap. I'm pretty sure Mice at the back there is still sleeping, and Alex just jumped out real quickly to stretch his legs. We still have 5 hours till we get to Gladstone. I don't know how the kids are going to go. Rayleigh still hasn't had a sleep. I don't know how, because she has been absolutely exhausted, but I'll keep you guys updated on how this goes, because I have a feeling for the next 2 hours it's probably going to be a struggle with the kids not being able to get out of the car. So we are going up to Gladstone because my husband needs to get a face mask fitted and made professionally for his... What? No, Lulu's got it now, honey. Because it's Lulu's. Lulu's holding it. Don't you dare kick the thing. We're only about 2.5 hours into the drive, but I feel like the kids just had to get out. Lucius especially was fussing, and so we found this pretty little spot just randomly. I think it's about 5 o'clock, I think. From the way we're going, we will probably get there at around 10 o'clock. Alex is driving pretty well, but if he gets too tired, then I may take over, but he's usually our designated driver at all times. And our reception's been out for like about, I reckon, half an hour, and we're in the middle of nowhere and there's bushfires everywhere.
Yeah, look, it's right here next to the road. Look at it all. Oh my goodness.
I'm just hoping that we get reception before the turn comes up, because it's meant to be a turn soon. We're gonna have no idea where we are until like we've driven for hours. It's a pretty sunset though. Here's what happened. My maps were working, because if you put the route up, like when you have reception, it'll stay like that until you get there. But Alex made me doubt where we were going. So
we started driving to bushfires.
Without me thinking,
this is the right way?
Without thinking, I cancelled it to try and re-look up the route to see if I was right, and then lo and behold, no reception, and that's how we got into this predicament.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I was thinking when Leo was busy the Savo, and I've got my thing.
Yeah.
Go see Alicia.
Why, yeah.
Protruding pain.
The last 18 hours have been the most overwhelming, stressful, tiring, mentally draining hours of my life. So Alex and I are convinced we're under spiritual attack because it has been so hard. I've been on the verge of crying so many times just because of how like draining it has been. You guys saw us driving through the bushlands, and the point where my phone went out of reception is the point where I feel like everything just started going wrong. We did eventually get to a main road. We ended up getting McDonald's and we ate that for dinner. Changed the kids' nappies, and then we hopped back on the road. Probably about, I don't know, like an hour into driving, the kids are just going nuts, and they have been going nuts basically the entire like 5 hours at that point. Alex was just starting to have enough, and he reached behind to a railing like this, and Alex has shoulder issues, so his shoulder is really weak. It always pops out, like anything, it will just pop out on the slightest bit of pressure. And so when he reached out while he was driving, his shoulder popped out, and he starts yelling out in pain. No one knows what's going on, so I'm there looking at him. In the moment, you just go into shock, and I'm like, what is happening? Because we're on a highway, his arm's back here, and he's screaming out in pain, and he's also verging off the road. So I'm there, and I'm like, I hadn't realized that his shoulder was popped out, but I did know that he's about to drive off the road. So I grabbed the steering wheel, and I'm trying to put him back onto the road, but he's fighting me. He can't talk because he's in so much pain from his shoulder. So like eventually we come to a stop on the side of the road, but I'm thinking like he's gonna bloody drive us off the road, but he's thinking I just need to get off the road so I can deal with my arm. Anyways, we come to a stop. His shoulder's popped out. Aurelie is still crying her eyes out. It's like maybe 8 p.m. We start talking, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna come around the car and I need you to pop my shoulder back in. The way it pops out, he can't lower his arm, and needs to stay raised. That's where it feels most comfortable. So I'm supporting his arm as he hops out, and he comes around to the other side of the car. And then he's talking to me, trying to tell me how to do it. He's like, okay, I need you to support my elbow, and then I need you to like pull my arm out and rotate it over like this so that it can fall back into place. I give it a try, doesn't work. Try again, it doesn't work. Like obviously we need to get back in because he's driving, and so I try again, and this time I really yank his arm, because in my mind I'm thinking like a chiropractor, like just like yank it in and it'll pop back in. No, that is not how it works. Alex needs to relax in order for it to fall back in, otherwise his muscles will tense up and it just won't get back into place. Anyway, so I twist his arm thinking I am helping him, and he just starts like basically crying. Like he's not crying, but he's just like in the most pain he's ever been in. He's, what did you do? What did you do? He's just freaking out. His shoulder looks disgusting. Like I fully rotated it out of place. Like it looked like a horror film. Like I had pulled his arm out, and then he's just crying. Like with his voice, he's just having a big cry. I'm there like in shock. Like I'm not crying yet, but I'm just thinking like, I've killed him. We are all going to die on the side of the road. Like dramatic, but that's how like scary it was, because he was in so much pain, like yelling out, and I've never seen him like that. Anyways, eventually he got his arm back in himself. This is what he did. He ends up like supporting his arm, and then he bent over and put his arm on the ground. He stood on his hand, and then he kind of like just pulled his body away from his hand, because he was standing on his hand so that his arm wouldn't move, and then he popped it back in. The relief. Once he popped it back in, I just started crying. Like we were just hugging, and it was the most stressful thing ever. And it doesn't end there. We continue driving to Gladstone, where we are now, and Aurelie's still crying. Lucius is still awake. The other two have fallen asleep. Anyways, we end up getting to our motel. The motel is lovely. Here we are thinking that, you know, the kids, it's been such a long ride, the kids are going to be out. At least we'll have a big sleep and then we'll sleep in. Wrong again. As soon as we get here and we get the kids out, what do? They are all re-energized. They're all ready to explore the motel room. They are watching their shows. Lucius wants to play with all the remotes. Rayleigh's like fully awake. She wants to eat. She starts eating Macca's at 11 o'clock at night. Like, oh, it was just horrible. It took us so long to fall asleep again. And then, lo and behold, they wake up at 6 a.m. And that has been my morning. The last big thing to happen was I was lying down and letting Lucius, my 1-year-old, crawl around everywhere. Alex comes in the room because we have two joined to each other, and he goes, babe, there's poo all over the ground. And I look down, and sure enough, Lucius' poo has been leaking, and it is just all over the spot next to my bed and a little bit over there. So moral of the story, guys, if you have kids, just don't go on road trips with them. It's not worth it. Alright, it's you. You're the culprit. And I see Daddy has already given everyone muesli bars. Princess, is that yummy? Guys, you can't eat all your snacks now.
It's 12 bars.
It's gonna last us. So happy to be with your dad. You're the same size as him. You're the same size as him. Ready? And walk.
No. Daddy's going to have a time without.
Good kid. Mice, call him. Go, Mice. Again. Stand up. Hold on. Are you ready? No, good. Come on. Yes, you're funny. So Alex went to the shop to get us some snacks. See? Oh, sweetheart. This is what I mean. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Okay, one cool thing that has come out of this trip is Lucius is finally walking. He just took I reckon he's taken about 10 steps, which he's never done before. He's only been able to take 1 or 2. So very proud, sweetheart. I thought I would show you guys a bit of a little motel room tour, because this place is actually pretty nice considering we only paid $190 for the night. Super cheap. Watch. Look how proud you are. Come on. Oh my, now you're just gonna walk everywhere. Ah, foot down. Here's the front door. I'm not going to show you in here because Amias is currently on the toilet, but you got a little coffee area here. Ignore our mess. They have good sized fridges, and they did have Oreos and some milk in there for us too. Come in here, you obviously got your little laundry thing. They have free Netflix and free Wi-Fi, little thing area that we've messed up, of course. Study area. Look, this is looks like it's on its last legs, but it's still comfy. There's an apple on the ground. Here is one of the double beds. We have a single bed there, and then they do join it with 2 rooms. So little bar area. The kitchen is just a little makeshift oven thing. You got a sink in there. Dining table, another sofa. That's another little rocking chair, I should say. Single bed, and then another bed there. And then you also have another TV in here. And we do have 2 balconies because we got 2 rooms. Little balcony, and that's our view. It's just I don't even know what that is. Little basketball court there. Oh, actually, that's PCYC, so I guess that's the little community center. We are at Auntie's house. Mice, you ready to see Toto? Oh, where is he?
He's gone. He's at the front door.
Oh. Mice, where you going? Is you happy now? Yeah, alright. So, you're funny. We went to look at a house that's up for rent. It's only 2 minutes away from here, but it's super nice. It's right across from the water. The backyard is kind of like a playground. You have the house's fence, and then you have a playground there, and it's just perfect. It's also got a pool, and it's within our budget. So we said a prayer in front of the house, and hopefully it's in God's will for us to live there, because I can't think of a more ideal spot. upstairs going back to the car. My quads are burning. It's pretty good little run. Oh, I'm out of breath. How did you get up there? Hey, cool guy. Hey, cool guy. We've just been chilling out at my sister-in-law's house. After we went to the playground and had some ice cream, we just came back here. She went off to pick up her kids from school and they're off to do their normal daily activities. So we thought it'd be easiest to just hang out at hers until my hubby's appointment at the laser clinic. Ah! Oh, go clap. Have, oh, clappy, clappy. Clappy, clappy. Myas, what do you have? Pretty cool. Whoa. That's cool, man. She's happy now. She's with her addiction. He's also with his addiction. He's still playing. I dropped Alex off to the laser clinic to get his mask done now, so I just brought the babies to the park, which is just up the road, and it's actually right next to, like, it's the same place where the house that we want is. So the home that's for lease is actually, you can't see it, but it's actually right next to this house here. And this is what I mean, like, this is the park. Like, there's a cute little park here, there's a field for them to run around, and like this is the jetty where you can actually, like, the water is right here, you just can't see it. So we're just having like a little snack. I don't think there's any reception out here again, so I'm just going to pick up Alex in like 10 more minutes and then we'll be heading home. It has definitely been one of the most challenging 24 hours I think Alex and I have ever had with the kids. Even like at my sister-in-law's, the kids ended up breaking one of their kids' toys. Like, usually my kids are not like that. I don't know what happened, but when we went to clean up all the toys, one of them was broken, so that was embarrassing. You know, because you never want to be that family that, like, people don't want to come around because you trash their home and people break toys. Like, it's just embarrassing. I feel really gross. Traveling is so crap in, like, the way you eat. Just because, like, everything is, like, fast food. Obviously, packaged stuff like this. Takeaway. It just makes you feel so gross. Like, I can't believe some people live like this. It is not normal. Like, you will never feel good eating unhealthy. It's just, ugh. Can't wait to get back home. Yeah, I hope this wasn't boring for you guys. Like, I'm still learning how to film when you vlog, but I feel like when I vlog, I sit down and talk a lot, but I don't get enough footage of us just actually living our life. Alright, my camera's gonna die. We're gonna go back and pick up Alex. It's the next day. It's actually just about to be sunset and we are home. We've spent the entire day just relaxing. I caught up on a lot of cleaning. Here's what I mean when I was saying that we are under spiritual attack. We found out this morning that the job that Alex went up, the reason why we went on this road trip in the first place, the job that he was doing this for is not actually taking on new people. It's okay because they still offered him a different job. It's just funny how the job that we did all of this for, that we went on the road trip for, that we spent all that money to stay at the motel and, you know, spend our time and effort putting into to get up there, It's funny that that job doesn't actually exist for him. So it looks like this is going to be a season of testing of our faith. In order to take the job, we need to pack up our entire life here on the Gold Coast and do a big move, which is not only going to cost thousands, but we might get up there and not have a job for Alex to get to. Therefore, how are we going to pay our bills? So like all of these things happened, and then lo and behold, like the test is not done. In saying that, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. We will likely never do a road trip with the children until they're a lot older than they are. But yeah, thanks so much for sticking out with me in this video. If you are still watching, don't forget to subscribe if this is the first time you're watching me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.